Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Filmmaker Kunle Afolayan has expressed his, dissatisfaction. He went online and expressed himself. And what he said is our topic for conversation today. Mariam, would you want to give us a hint about what he...
Okay.
So he expressed frustration on the high level of incompetence among job seekers in Nigeria. He took to Instagram to lament the lack of preparedness, inefficiency of many unemployed individuals in the country, and he lamented that many people cry out about not having jobs. When they get one, they are inefficient. He was very expressive about the high level of incompetence in the country. He said they cry about not having a job. They get one, they are inefficient. I'm so pissed right now, according to him. So I would like to get your thoughts on this. I would like entrepreneurs to call. I would like to get the young people to call. Like maybe they are calling us inefficient for nothing. Join the conversation by calling us on 0201 635 2013 or 090241 63440. You can also tweet to us at x.com, #YourViewTVC, and we're also streaming live on YouTube, and the ladies would love to hear from you. So we've spoken about this in different ways, the incompetence that that we've seen, or attitude to work, but I think in his own case is more of a direct employment versus inefficiency. Like you say you can deliver A, and we employ you for A, and then found out that you're not even willing to try to deliver A. So what do you think about this? Have you experienced something similar to what he expressed, Mariam, and what did you?
And the first thing you said was like among youths. He didn't say youths. He said individuals. Generally. So it's not about Gen Z. Don't be calling Gen Z out. They're not the only problem. There's so many people right now. I've had to deal with a few who I feel like there's widespread inefficiency in the world. Because, there was one time I was listening to, podcasts from different parts of the world, and they're talking about inefficiency. Yes, in America as well. So this thing is big. And I feel that a lot of people, there's just widespread knowledge. So a lot of us read up on things and we feel, I know this, of course, I know everything about it. But the work that people put in to understand it, the training, you don't have it. The fact that you have read a little about it, you have a little bit of information here and there, you just feel that you know it. And then when the work comes, there's nothing to show for it. I was just saying to my PA the other day that we're interviewing for something, and I said, if it's to talk, Nigerians, if it's to tell you what they can do, they will tell you, you'll be listening, you'll be like, wow, you mean you can do that? Then the job comes. They're looking at you and you're looking at them. They're expecting you now to give it to them. But, one, I feel is just that a lot of people don't want to put in the work. Secondly, I also feel that this, like I said, we feel that the moment we have some knowledge of it, we know how to express it in words, then we know it. After all, what does it take? And there's this thing, I feel that motivational speakers are to blame in some way. Where they will tell you, where they will tell you, when they ask you if you can do a job, you don't need to know how to do it, just say yes. I feel that has misled a lot of people. Just say yes, just say yes.
I feel like you're quoting me. I've said that several times.
I need to bring my driver here. My driver, I said to him when he joined, I said, do you know everywhere? He said, yeah, I've been driving. I used to drive for a bank. I was their pool driver. We used to go marketing. I was like, really? Until we now got on the road, he does not know anywhere.
Oh my God!
Anywhere he does
That's
not know.
happened to me too.
Then I said to him, but do you have Google Maps? Do you know how to use Google Maps? Even WhatsApp we cannot use. God. It was so
you cannot drive and do something else. You have to be directing him.
Yes. And I believe it's because someone must have said to him, you don't have to tell them the truth, just tell them yes. And when you get there, they'll figure it out. And we are figuring it out. So, but imagine if you were a doctor, imagine if you were in some very delicate sector, you know how it will affect. So for me, I feel there is widespread incompetence generally among youth and older. Yes.
I'm catching the sob. I feel like I've said it to people several times, and I've done it.
Please put some context.
But yes, it's not literally.
So even if I tell you to, I will not start putting it. But people say that thing that if they say, "Can you do it?" Say yes, I can do it, and then I quickly go and research and learn how to. So it's the speed of the learning.
That's one too. That's also when you are starting. When you're just starting, you get to a point in your life where you cannot just be dabbling. You pick where you want to be, and you now start going deep into where you can't just be jumping. Somebody calls me now to say, can you teach French? And I say yes, because I want to go and read it. With which brain? Have I finished doing my work? You know, when I was younger, I would have said yes. And then I go and look for my pre-degree books and start. Do you understand? But you get to that point where you grow into it. But let's come back to the topic. I like how Miriam has started. It's an issue, it's an epidemic in the country. And if you are an employer of labor, you would have found that this is actually what is everywhere. You hardly find people who come in and they're able to deliver what they have promised. And what I see is not just about the people. Now, it's about systems. One of the reasons I thrived as a classroom teacher in an international school for 5 years was I didn't study education, right? I was a graduate. And then I applied to be a graduate trainee and who were brought in. And the first few weeks, like about 6 weeks, we were camped and we were trained on the 21st century teaching methods. So whether I studied education, you don't, as long as you're a graduate, you can speak English, come and you will learn. So we had to drop everything we knew and then we learned. And we're also given an enabling environment to flourish. They were, in fact, as a classroom teacher, I used to close like 6, 7 every day. We'll have in-house trainings, we'll have, follow-up, pair group and all of that. So it made it easy for us to learn the job properly, get acquainted with the basics of it, get in, and then we are constantly being evaluated. So everybody had to sit up, everybody had to show up, everybody had to do the work with so much joy. Like it was new, it was interesting. Even me that did not read education in school, that was when I found the love for education, right? We don't have those sort of systems here when we employ. Probably because we don't have a culture of training people. One, we are afraid that after training them, they will leave. So we don't want to invest in them. And then you bring somebody, and the way our educational system is, you're not even trained to work for. You are just learning, cramming, and leaving the place. When you get into the workspace, you now realize that, oh, for me to be able to do this job, there are certain skills I need. And then you get into the place and you don't even have those skills, and they're expecting you to perform magic. So it's not just for us to sit down and say, okay, there's a lot of incompetence. We need to find a way to make sure that we are not enabling the incompetence. That's one. The attitude to work is another thing that I see. Many people, probably because of the way our religious leaders have preached to us, we all have to be the head and not the tail. And if you see an animal that has just heads, that animal is a monster. We can be the tail and be an effective tail. We can be excellent at being the hand. This is my full body now. My hand has its function. My head has its function. My leg has its function. The leg cannot be saying, I have to be the head. Today I'm the one that's going to speak English here. It's not the mouth, right? But if we are allowed to flourish in our capacity, there are people that are meant to work for other people, and they will have a life. They will be happy doing that. For the rest of their life, they won't set up their own business, and they have not failed. They will excel working for other people. There are people that are meant to be the ones to, that are the pace setters to create the business. Now, all of us cannot be creating businesses. All of us cannot be CEOs. All of us cannot be creative directors. All of us, everybody has their place. So when you go to religious houses and they tell you that for you to succeed in life, you just have to be the head, it becomes a problem. Now, there's no dignity of labor. You are working for somebody, but you're not happy that you're working for the person. You're feeling, after all, I'll go and do my own. And we see it with artisans, right? Artisans start training for a job. They don't finish. No completion. They don't learn small. Mechanic now, don't learn small. Do tire, do this one, do that one. You never even understand engine work. You don't go set up your own shop. You don't collect small money.
You took that from my mind.
Go set up your own shop. Now you have not groomed yourself. You have. That's why I like the Igbo system of a business, where you have to go through and training for years and learn the thing. Apprenticeship, thank you. So that when you come out, you can stand on your own. Those are some of the things that we have to start looking into if we're going to solve this issue of unemployment. Should I go on? Or let's move on?
Okay, so so me too, I'm facing this because me too, I'm an employer of labor. So the thing, what I've realized is that what I've noticed amongst people who come to look for jobs is the fact that most of them, they go to this job because they want to make money. It's not that they are passionate about coming to deliver, or they have something innate in them that they want to deliver to make the company move forward. And most times, it starts from the fact that most of them, they will apply for a particular course and then, gain admission into university, but they will not go and study that course that they applied for. They may give them another course. So from there already, you've already killed their spirit and all. And then, they will send you CV. If you see their CV,
too much English.
Oh my God, they have worked this number of experience, this, that. By the time you come and you ask them, explain all of these things, they can't even explain. And then by the time you come in, because at some point, I was, having that difficulty changing them here and there. So one time I was like, how do I make them part of this business? Okay, maybe I'll ask them, what do you want to be? As they are working for me, what do you want on the other side, so you can develop my business, and also you can develop
your own,
and you can grow your own. One told me that he's not interested in anything. As soon as he's done, he's looking for any of this this thing to join.
Reality show?
Yes, reality show. If I even specified, he said I want to join Big Brother. That he has been applying for how many years? So, madam, just employ me for the first, maybe I'll work with you for a year, but after this year, I'm praying and working towards getting on any of this reality. So a lot of them are looking for that fast money. So because of that fast money, they are not putting in their very best into the whole thing. And again, most of the time when they come, they plan, because they want to make that fast money, they'll start planning on how to steal your business
from you.
They'll start stealing and all. So all of these things are all factors that promote inefficiency and this thing in workplace.
Let me take a quick break. I have listened to my powerful ladies. I've taken notes, and I'm sure those watching at home are thinking, is it my fault? Where could I do better? We'll dig deep into how to resolve this issue, because it's easy to point the finger and blame someone. But do we not realize that we are part of the people that make up this group that we're complaining about, and what we could have done better, how we could improve the situation? We'll talk more about all of this after we return from the break. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.